Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is a watch me work design. So as always, I will pop all the links to the products I've used in the description box, along with any discount codes I may have for the companies. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and no messing around today, let's get on with the design. Mwah! So I had this design in mind, and it worked out that these watercolour Gerbera decals from Queen of Decals worked perfectly. So I'm going to use a couple of the orange ones, and I'm just using my stalk scissors to cut them out. So I cut as close to the image as I can so I haven't got lots of excess, and I apologise, you know full well I'm hopeless at cutting on camera. I don't know why I didn't just cut this bit out, but there we go. And once they're all cut out, I've got a little triangle tray with a wet cotton pad in it, and I'm just going to place those in there to soak. Now it is super hot at the moment, so I have frozen a little bowl with water in with an empty dappen dish, and then I have put that with my monomer in there to keep it nice and cool. And I am using my Aqua brush from Glitter Planet. It is by far my favourite brush. So I am working on the tanned, I think, FX forehand from Nail Tech Supplies, or Lottie as she is better known in my household, and I'm just going straight onto the nails that came applied, and just applying a thin base layer of clear acrylic so that I can file back when I want to change the design. I will be doing a video on applying the tips to these very soon. So just finishing off that base layer, and now I'm going in with Honeycomb. Yes, you all know I love Honeycomb. It is my most used cover powder, I think. So I'm going in on the first nail. I've just picked up a nice bead, drained out some of the liquid so that it just intensifies the colour a little bit, and I'm doing a fade down this nail, starting at the cuticle, just fading it sort of halfway-ish. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to go in with another colour and bits, so just putting a bit of a nail bed colour down, just adding a little bit more where I need a little bit more depth in the colour. And what I love about this brush is you can get it so flat, you can get right in at that cuticle and side walls. So I am using this gorgeous Angelina thread from Glitterati Nails, and I've cut it to size. I did that off camera because, well, I was off camera in the first place. And just checking it was to size, and now I'm going in with Bellini, and this is kind of the colour I wanted to use, so I designed this set around. This is one of the new colours from Team Gorgeous, as are all the acrylics I'm using. And so I'm just applying that at the tip and fading it down over top of that nail bed colour I have done. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, I'm going to be covering that blend. But now using my tweezers, I'm just popping that Angelina thread on top of Bellini, gently pressing it down because I don't want to smoosh and smudge all of my acrylic, and then I'm just going to leave it so that acrylic can set and that Angelina thread is in place. Back into Bellini, and I'm absolutely loving this colour for summer. I think I'm going to do my nails with this colour very soon because I've got some family days out, so I just want nails done so I can forget about them for a couple of weeks. And I'm going to be doing a couple of ombres, so I just place my bead sort of near where the natural free edge would be if this was a real hand, blending it down, and then pulling it down the nail to the tip. Seemed to have a little bit of hair or something in there, so just getting rid of it, and adding a little bit more to fill in where I was faffing basically, and again just going down that blend. The blends don't have to be perfect because I am going to be sort of adding on top of them, so if they don't look fabulous, it's not going to matter too much. So I'm doing exactly the same on this nail, hopefully minus the hair. And I'm working thin because obviously I'm going to be capping all of these at the end, so I don't want to add any extra bulk or things with the colour, but just neatening up that side wall and free edge as much as I can. Onto this ring fingernail, and I've gone back in with Honeycomb, and again I'm just doing a little bit of a fade down the nail bed, just adding a little bit more where I need it, and where I just want the colour a little bit more intensified, I just drain out a bit more of the liquid. To my tray where my decals have been soaking, and they just slide right off that backing paper. Again, I always work gently because they are quite fragile, and using my tweezers, pop them on the nail where I want them and gently pat it into place. I've done this before the acrylic is dry because it has something to stick to, and I find by soaking it in the cotton pads like this, I'm not faffing around holding it in water, which means I can apply it to wet acrylic. So I'm liking this tip, which I noticed Lucy Fell doing. So I'm just going back to my ombre nails, and I'm applying Honeycomb at the cuticle and just pulling it down the nail, adding way too much there. I'm sure it's way too much. I'm sure I'm going to get rid of some of that. Well, actually, it blended quite nicely. I do seem to think, in the end, I absolutely loved how these blends turned out, and I was going to be covering them up, so it's a little bit, yeah. But that's always the way, isn't it? You do a fabulous ombre when you're going to put something on top of it, and when you just want an ombre nail, it looks a bit, nah. I'm repeating the process on this nail, again keeping it quite thin because I'm going to be capping, and yeah, again I'm going to be popping something else on top, so if it's not perfect, it's not perfect, but these two colours I found ombre together so nicely. It was, yeah, it's probably two of the best ombres I've ever done. So just tidying that up, getting my brush right in there, which you can do with these brushes because they are fabulous. And if you do like the look of these brushes, I believe they're going to be back in stock soon, and you can use my code Helen10, it'll get you 10% off, and all those details are in the description box. So just finishing faffing. I really am faffing with this one, aren't I? There we go. Faffed away, and I'm going back to my little cotton pad of decals, and I'm going to apply this one to that second ombre nail I've just done, and sort of applying it sort of across the middle. Now I've got this really nice sort of peach iridescent glitter. This came in the set of 6 that I got from Beauty Big Bang. You may remember I showed it off what I'd got in a video like ages ago. So this is one of those glitters I decided to use. Again, I'll pop all the information and links in the description box, and I'm just sort of putting that a little bit at the cuticle on one side and at the free edge on the other side, just for a little bit of sparkle because I love a bit of sparkle. Back to my Angelina thread, and I'm cutting away the excess, and I'm sort of trying to cut on top of the nail as much as I can. I don't want too much overhanging so that I can cap it all and it's all encapsulated, if that makes sense. I'm not sure it made sense, but I knew what I was trying to say. And then I'm going to add some of that glitter sort of diagonally across the nail where the Angelina thread ends and that nail bed colour starts, just to hide the seam basically. But this is a really nice, it's a very subtle glitter, and I felt it worked with this design really nicely. And if you like the look of this glitter, as I said, it was in a pack of 6, and I do have a discount code for Beauty Big Bang. It is CINE10, all in the description box, lovelies. Back onto this now, and I'm just filling in the free edge with the glitter, fading it up to the decal and just going round it slightly, but making sure not to cover it. So any glitter that just pops on that little decal, I'm just wiping away. And just adding a little bit more where I felt it needed a little bit more. Again, working nice and thin, not adding bulk or anything, because guess what I'm going to be doing in a moment? Yes, you guessed it! It's time to cap all of these nails, and I'm going in with Clear Candy from Team Gorgeous. All of my acrylic products are from Team Gorgeous, and if I'm tempting you with them in this video, Bellini is a must-have for summer in my opinion. I am, as I mentioned in my previous video, one of the new brand ambassadors for Team Gorgeous. I'm so excited by this. It does mean I have a discount code for you all guys. It is Helen TG5. It'll get you 5% off your orders. Again, I've popped it in the description box along with the link so you don't forget it. So now is a great time to grab those Team Gorgeous colours you like the look of, or try the brand. So just finishing off capping these nails, and as always I will do all of my filing, refining, making look like nice little nails off camera, and then I will be back to finish off these nails. I'm back! Did you miss me? No, I'm sure you didn't. Right, so the nails are all filed, refined, looking a lot better than they did. And I'm going to go in with the pinky finger now, and I'm going to add some Swarovskis. So I am using AB Swarovskis from Angel Crystals. I'm using some round ones in various sizes and a couple of these, like, I don't know what shape you call them, they're like elongated teardrops or something. I'm sure they've got a posh proper name, but yeah, you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm just applying those sort of down the nail. I'm always quite boring and do the same thing with my crystals, so I'm just trying to branch out and do a little bit more. I'm using my glue from Team Gorgeous, it's what I always use, and a wax pencil which you can get from Glitter Planet. So I'm just sort of adding them in a pattern randomly. Well, it's not random, but it is random. So I'm just going to continue adding these. I'm going to stop waffling on about it because I'm not making much sense. But if you are looking for a stockist or supplier of Swarovski crystals, Angel Crystals have a huge variety and they are always adding more, and you can get 5% off with my discount code CinderHelly. Again, guess where you can find it. So now that I've finished applying all of those crystals, I'm going in with my Team Gorgeous top gloss and just covering all of these nails. You all know that the Team Gorgeous gloss is my favourite one to use, and with this nail I'm butting right up to the crystals, and then I'm using a nice fine brush to get right in amongst them. I don't do this when I'm just doing a really easy, but because I've got sort of bits sticking out and little gaps where my brush won't get in, that's why I'm using the brush, just to make sure I'm top coating the entire nail. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to pop it in my LED lamp and yep, cure it for 60 seconds. And now that's all cured, just to finish off the service, I'm using my Team Gorgeous Cuticle Oil, just applying that around the cuticle, giving it a good rub in. I know I don't need to do this on this practice hand, but it does get rid of any excess dust. And that is the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I will pop all the links in the description box. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye! Mwah!